Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay, think about this. You want to migrate to Canada, Europe, United States, Australia, some country out there, okay, in the West. Why? Because you want a better standard of living, you want a citizenship of a Western country, you want the perks, you want the better life. Okay, fine, that's good. But now what happens is you're going from where you are, let's say India, Pakistan, wherever, to a new country, and you're expecting life is going to be better. But now here's the problem. Many people go there, but life turns out to be much more worse. Now, why is it that way? Is it because, oh, it's racism is there? Oh, is it because, like people always say, market is down? Or is it because maybe you're stupid? To put it very politely, maybe you are seriously stupid. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is rather than just give you terms like, maybe people are stupid, I'll give you 7 specific reasons why people, when they migrate from, and in this case, I'm taking India because the majority of people who are my target audience are Indians. When Indians migrate from where they are, India, to the West, why is it that they fail? Okay, why is it things don't go as per plan? Okay, so here are the 7 points. You can tell me what is your opinion. Do you think these 7 points are valid or not? But I can assure you this much. Given the fact that I speak to my contacts, connections, decision makers who are abroad, these 7 reasons are why most of the Indians who go there fail. Okay, they just fail in the sense life doesn't go as per plan. Okay, so in no particular order, let me give you points 1 to 7. The first one, when a person migrates to the West, one of the biggest reasons why they fail is they take along with them an Indian attitude, an Indian mentality. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about. Everything from the behavior that comes, everything from being stingy, everything from having lack of manners, having inappropriate jokes, statements, giving, just being that typical, like what is acceptable or people will ignore in India is not going to be accepted, when you go to the West. A very small thing, very, very small thing. Let's say eating with your mouth open or eating with your fingers, okay? Or, being disrespectful to uh, people who are working in restaurants or people who you assume that just because someone is working as a sweeper, a cleaner, or let's say someone who's doing domestic, they call it domestic engineering. You think, oh, they are low class, or even worse, not having personal hygiene, not knowing how to present yourself. These are the typical things which maybe in India nobody gives a damn. Or maybe you can even use your typical Hinglish, as they call it, Indian words here and there, and laugh loudly, make fun of someone, gossip. Fine, all this can be accepted where you come from. But when you go to the West, you have to adjust to a new surrounding. You can't behave like that. And this is mainly noticed by the employers or people who appoint them. I especially know one gentleman, a friend of mine. Obviously he wants to support the Indian community because, Indian at heart, even though he has been in, the West for many years. But then he says, it's such a bloody headache sometimes when I take them because it kind of makes me realize they've still not, changed the hat that they wore in India when they come here. That's number one. Number two is just the stark opposite. On one side, you have them behaving like Indians and acting like Indians. On the other side, you have people pretending just because now they're migrated to the West, they start pretending that they are foreigners. They start pretending, oh, I've gone to Canada, now I'm Canadian. I've gone to America, oh, I'm an American. And then they start putting on the accent. They try to blend in, forcefully. Like when people are laughing, they also, ha, 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 ha. You can make out they didn't understand a damn thing about the joke. Why are you trying to put on an act? People can see through you. Let me tell you this, people can see through you. If that is not your thing, if that is not your culture, if you trying to force it, people can sense it. Just as when you can sense someone is genuine or not, you have this feeling. People can sense from you, man. So one side, point number one was being the typical Indian, not changing. Point number two is just the extreme opposite, trying to be who you're not. Okay. Point number three is justifying your stupidity with excuses. Uh, there are quite a number of people who, especially who love to exaggerate on their resumes. Oh, they know everything. They are very smart. But then when they are asked questions or when they are asked to do a particular job and they're not able to do it, and they get terminated, or they lose their job, or they're not selected, or they're having a tough time, they will blame everyone and everything, but they'll not blame themselves. This I think I noticed when I was speaking to a couple of people who obviously had a paid session with me, and they were blaming the Canadian market, they were blaming the Canadians, they were blaming everything. But then when I evaluated them myself, I realized, man, you have so many limitations, like obviously, because they paid me, I had to tell them. I told them, boss, see, listen, you're blaming everyone. You're not blaming, there's no fault of your own. I think you need to look into yourself because A, B, C, these are the areas you really need to work on. And it's just incredible that they feel that they are perfect. They feel they are smart. They think they're better than others. Doesn't work that way. Point number four. If point number one was taking the Indian attitude, point number four is taking the habits, the mannerisms, the culture. In fact, I think a friend of mine who's based abroad, he hates this one statement that when he employs, especially Indians, this one statement he absolutely hates. When he's talking to them or he's correcting them or telling them something, their typical response is, back home in India, or when I was a manager. Excuse me, back home, then go back home. Don't be here. You have migrated to a new place. This is your home, not back home. And then people say, when I was a manager over there, yeah, you were a manager there. Here you're a nothing and nobody. Why the hell are you bringing your past, your baggage along with you? So along with their, when they bring their past, they're bringing their habits, their manners, mannerisms, their thinking. Like even for example, table manners or courtesy, common courtesy. Some of them just don't have that. Like going to a restaurant, hey, hey. In Thailand here, you have to be courteous even if it's a small, simple restaurant. Not, hey, 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 waiter, hey. That's so stupid, man. Then point number five. Our Indians, because they get cheap internet, they get free apps, and they can access anything, they think they know everything. Why? Just type it out. Google.com gives you all the answers. They have all the answers from medical problems to psychological problems to all the information about whichever country they want to go. United States, oh, I know. Just Google search. They have all the answers. Google.com doesn't give you all the answers that you need, and sometimes it might give you wrong answers. People have this tendency where they think, oh, I know everything, man. Just Google.com, I'll get everything. Doesn't work that way, my friend. If everything was Google.com, you wouldn't have to go to school, you wouldn't have to study anything. Just Google.com 24 hours. In fact, forget that. I tell people, if you think the internet is the answer, why don't you download the whole bloody Wikipedia onto your smart device? You don't have to, you know, educate yourself at all. Just refer. Google.com is not the solution. Point number six, having unrealistic expectations. Uh, a large number of people think that once they go abroad, they're going to get free benefits, they're going to get free education, they're going to get free unemployment benefits, they're going to get a great life. Life is going to be perfect. They're going to live the Western life, Hollywood. They see too much of Hollywood. The thing is, Hollywood does not show you the streets where there are beggars, where there are homeless people, where people are having a tough time, where people are working more than 2, 3 jobs, where people are literally struggling. This is also the reality of being abroad. Unemployment is a reality. Not being able to pay your bills is a reality. Uh, Rent is very expensive. Electricity is expensive. Nothing is cheap. People think, oh, life is good. Oh, I'm in the West. Oh, I'm American, whatever. No, life is hard. I know so many people who are in their 50s or 60s who have migrated and now they're working as Uber or they're working in Amazon and they're working in supermarkets. They're working 2, 3 jobs. Life is not that easy, man. Stop having unrealistic expectations. They say grass is greener on the other side. And last, if not the least, I tell people they go with this mantra, life is fair. The reality is life was not meant to be fair and life is not fair. You go abroad, you may experience racism, you may experience favoritism, you may experience even worse condition than what you had. There are so many things that can happen. People get cheated. In fact, let me tell you this. One of my, not friends, known person, he told me about a case where this young boy, the parents spent their whole fortune, they send him there. He started his career working I think, as a gas attendant, and he was shot dead. Shot dead by some, I don't know, some guy wanted to rob him. Life is unfair. Another person went there, gave up everything, sold a lucrative business and a career and everything else, went there, and now literally working like he feels like he's like a slave. He says, I'm even though I have the capacity to be a manager, here I'm doing, a junior task, and the person I'm reporting to is old enough to be my son. Well, life is not fair. What can you do about it? So you need to expect the unexpected. Life doesn't always go as per what you want. And that is where, things can go south before you even know it. Yeah. So anyway, these are the seven reasons why so many Indians, when they go abroad, they fail. And I've seen this pattern repeat itself. And that is why I thought, okay, maybe I need to make a video. So put your comments and thoughts down below and let me know, what do you think? Do you agree, disagree? What do you feel? Do you know people who actually are experiencing this? I'd love to know your thoughts. Okay, put your comments and thoughts down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.